so mobile no beto Guan people. Guan for Ghana, maybe I can 40 bia near can cry for the original settlers no Guan people. It's likely so more eba betos half would be ewo and na omudi won so inkunim. Nti sa wo hwe Ahanta oral traditional ompache se bedubonsu omuhini bia no when you take real Ahanta no omuhini, and indeed initially not the whole Ahanta land was under bedubonsu omisi bonsu na eba be fe no ede no eto ho bonsu ntumi emfe nipa bia emfa no ento ba bia, but the understanding no and say there could have been a shipwreck. Oh, ship be a butu. And it is known say a name a dolphin. Dolphin. Omo human instincts wo munti se nimpa bra wo mu. Nti sa dolphin ni bi. And be a shipwreck no. Ohu nipa bi obra wo wuna. O man no so ade ne beto empoano. Happen pa. Happen. The be ode ne ba beto ho no. No mu say papa ne hu. No mu ye ne say won ehine. But to say a domini hina puna a ye won mpacho. Scientifically you can't prove that. No mum to say kwanya bedubon so far so by so it was likely Ahanta was already there before Bedubonsu, the legendary Bedubonsu, came to establish it as a kingdom. Na ya kana bako se muso ba no or de na fona no ne sekan esi pra river mu e no dikosi en cobra numu. That means the entire territory no Nedia. This oral tradition, which is not fully supported by history, because say if it is supported by history, in Kankofona war axim kabeya part of their tradition. Nankombeka Ahanta, they are pure enzymes. Omunye Ahanta. But the truth is that there is a strong link between the chiefs of Nzema. Nzema was then being ruled by the Aguna family, Anona. And Axim so ye Anona, na Ahanta so ye Anona. Ntina so who is a strong link at that strong link at that one time and the antiasie a womb. But as to say Bedubon should be conquer that area is not supported by any history. But there is that strong family links between the three stools and Sisiano. Okay, maybe I told me I call Dina. I would do so that Dean. I would do Shama. Shama. To send a year came Fantifone and Shama. Now, originally, a year Ahanta crew. Ahanta Fono, I refer to them as Ezama. Ezama means refugees. So here you will see, say, there could have been refugees from the Egwafu state, Egwafu Elimina area, or from the Fanti State, Cape Coast area. Ahanta for settle Omo Asasu. Because the word Shama is not Fanti, it's not English or Dutch. Zama Ahanta. Yeah. Okay. Yamra second D. Second D. And also second D no second D ka second D ya. And also Ahanta word Ayuzekumi. Like to say a swampy place, so mushy. Say a minnow, very mushy place, very swampy place. Ahanta word Ayuzekumi. Okay. Na ebiso eya na omomo ebi kan second sanya fantifo na betima ezekumi na fantifo na ka second na abrofo no sa betro second okay yan hwe takrade na kwesiminti takrade nti okiyi no one okay takrade ka takrade a eno nso Portuguese word takarada ana Ahanta word ntanko. You see Ahanta funny village ntanko ana Portuguese no ebesi slave camp ewo no mo friend takarada to say edua bi ase. So a combination of ntanko and takarada and no I make sense na be takarada. Do we understand what takarada is? Takarada is that Portuguese word. Portuguese word like to say edua ebi nase. Okay, yanhwe kwesimintim I walk takrade or constituency be if you are kwesimintim constituency and also ye Ahanta word and fantifona afa wo mu corrupt no e kwasin dumi kwasin dumi ndo de batwi ma kwasi intim ti nipa no chichire kura na yefa na kwasi intim entwi na twi no wo de kwa Ahanta kwasi ndumi na mfantefo abese na maye.
Okay, yeah. Last one, Discove and non so ukọ eya mfuma Discove na Ahanta di ne mfuma na ho no abrofo ni si wo mu castle na bay na wo ho no bebia your friend is say ships no eba bejina no na omo de two broni bi o ya deck Dick's Cove D-I-C-K Dick's apostrophe X Dick's Cove and our English for na carbon D-I-X-C-O-V Discove. Okay, Discove you lawyer you can't hunt for a ban Ghana bako semwa ehifa no mujina na okasa no say some of it is not supported by history near there. Until let's look at how Ahantas are referred to in history, and then let's see how far that is true.
Oh, Ahanta in history, it is like being referred to as the golden land of Africa.
The golden land of Africa.
Africa. Now, how far that is true, I agree. Say, actually, say that small bit of Ahanta, in 1481, Don Diogo da Zambuja, Oba, your topic is no Kundum Festival. Who said that? We are talking about Ahanta. Ask them to change it. I believe they are hearing me. We are not talking Kundum Festival here.
It will be changed, lawyer. Let's just proceed.
If I say, Abrofona Baye, Don Diogo di Azambuja, Ebaye, no. What happened was that the first place and Kayes on mobile land, Shama, Ahanta land. Now, the Ahantas were very smart, very intelligent people. Omune who say, Abrofono, Eddie Dayan Kasian BSc, Eponoso, and on ships, now Musho dress and home be there, having conform knowledge near too much. Now didn't know the dynasty apostle. The Bromuni assassin to Omo Baby, the Omo dynasty, into Ubi out the Wasase, Ebema, Nomba Pamundo Mafa. Into this, the hunters rejected the Portuguese. And Elmina for Quayam from Swaji won, and ne a brofobe fire, assassin Nina, into Yanka way, and Fanny won. Na meka so say adenti na na potoji fo pese omudi kan ba hokane if you say na gold ewo hopa start from Axim Fort St. Anthony you see in the 1515 then come to nearby Princess Town 1685 Brandenburgers Germans ABC one fort the Axim one by the Portuguese. Now the Germans also built a fort at Aquadai and then kept 3 points. No, actually, Dutch Fossey Fort Orange, our second 1642. And your friend is saying, Omusai SCB, our Butre, about 1695-96. Around that time, and also, and English Fonso Babesi Metal Cross. Your friend is saying, Discove. If you have about 4 or 5 European powers fighting over that small area, now say we say it was really a very rich area. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, share Budu Bonsu.
Bedu Bonsu.
Bedu Bonsu. I'm part of Bedu Bonsu. Any Nahini Odiwo River Pra. Any Ankobra area.
No, na ye can that story. Ne say your first ordinary funa ko si had ye taka na history if you show no memo ko animu nti wo kan na nye bi no me des titi wa hemfo no cause o meka se bi o mesi na bedubo so ba na odze na afuna kekesi pranim no odze kesi Ankobra. The moment you say that is very good for us historians. Na ya wa research nti won't me nya research in isolation. So we cover area ni nyina. First and foremost, the prayer people in Shamano, there is 100% Ahanta land. Enti omuna tu ehodino ezama. Then you shift to Axim. There is nothing Ahanta about Axim. Nothing Ahanta about Axim. Then to go deeper, in order to prove say a honye Ahanta no, you go to a treaty called the Buttre Treaty.
Yes.
Later
I was about to come to that. What was the
Buttre Treaty? No, but who say for enkaho Ahanta fonkwana a sign here.
Okay.
And then in the Buttre Treaty, it is stated say Dutch for na war Axim, obviously neighboring Axim. Just say Axim for ya no mubo eshia no. We ni papa nti ye frabo se momra Messi fort e wo yasase so. Na se as at that time na but Axim a part of Ahanta, there wouldn't have been the need for treaty so best specify say your friend say ye ni Axim for na ebo eshia na your friend say momra Messi fort e wo aha. In actual fact, there's a village called Cape 3 Points. What you would Ghana Nibian? Chrome for no and then Zima no mufre or muhu and dengele. And dengele and Zima means we can't speak Ahanta. And dengele. So that was originally the boundary between Zima and Ahanta. But because the entire area from Axim up to Shama and later Elmina was added to it. Say a Dutch territory, and the Dutch territory had their headquarters, the western headquarters at Buttre.
Yeah.
The whole area came under Ahanta. So when we talk about Ahanta, it should not be a language; it should be an area. Because Shama for a different people omo and Abra for no ya wasafo finsaima omo begu ho. And Princess Town, Cape 3 Points, so here in Zemafo. When you say that, it doesn't offend anybody. Okay. But if you want to force somebody to say that he is an Ahanta when he's not, he is Wasa when he's not, he's a Fante when he's not, the person will not feel happy.
Eda ubo nana bedu bonsu din oye why ankasa.
You can't bedu bonsu. And only edi ekuna wo your friend is Ahanta. Nti omo hini biya friend bedu bonsu.
Okay.
And mo hini biya de bedu bonsu. Now we have we had a bedu bonsu the second. Ono na yehwe history ma yeta ebo nedin. Now in 1838 abrofo ne Ahanta for ebekoi. And this man was a great man. Why he was great was that na pese abrofo no be influence na administration. Na de bi oye no mo influence because the capital no wo Busia. And abrofo no so capital no western capital of the Dutch no eye Buttre. Baby Fort St. Bartenstein. Inti na chese de bi omu governor no wo ho na o influence ne saa. Inti one day na nebu fuye e no koda ne tioku no egu no so. Governor if any Tomboya, I think Frederick Tomboya. Okuno ne ya abrofo no bebre eno na de ntokwa eba Dutch fo ne Ahantafo entem na Dutch fo no kwosesa Elmina fo so mo moboa o mo sande 30,000 Ashanti soldiers 30,000 so mo mekoma na Ashanti ne de aka akra mo adunu na Dutch fo no so mo hia wo mo a because they realized that the real intention of Ashanti was to take over the Ahanta land. Nkomba pam Dutch for no so efi ho nti omo an ekun ekun duru baby no oral tradition chese Buttre for no and e bitre bedu bonsu and omo to meche no I would say he was defeated and then omo twa neti and they call Holland from 1838 omo de ba 2009.
Wow.
Yeah.
This car no.
37 military hospitals. It's preserved. It's preserved. And when I started no more details, I didn't look at it because we had not gone there. And you can say 37 military hospital CCR.
Okay.
And the relevance of any papanini, the say na ote na. He was a very powerful man. Na at least history mo. Yeah, omo enemy history no can say he died fighting against the slave trade. It's not true. He died fighting against Dutch intrusion. Ompe say ombe ye eye fairness ombe invade omo de won ho bejeje na sase mo ne nsem emu okunkum won pa nti he made the name out of it nti no mo say papa kokudufo we ese ye di niti ne ko University of Leiden Library Medical Center ne ekokohwa adwena ewo sa bibini we nitirim so or you celebrate
okay Eja meaning so experience kakra with lower disc cove yenhwe lower and upper disc cove and fourth metal cross ehonsem kakra
very simple. We have udu kroba akoso krono so nso bia ya chemu mienu
okay
and ba ko ye upper disc cove hona castle is 14 and the other side no eno ye ye friend say a lower disc cove the lower disc cove no friend dark say also whatever it is no upper disc cove for no efi egwafo na by so it means originally no mo ye guans mo fregwa no mo bae no mo ye traders a mo ene abrofo ni trade eto nchene edema wo mu nti eboa ma abrofo no recognize won ema o mu na ye castle no ehu documents hina nti eno so aboa ma troubles bebre abaho because nipa na oni broni ni ginae no mo sensan agreement mi esi castle the meaning is that assassin hina eye nedia but in reality no the lower disc cove people direct accounts from Techiman who came to settle in the Esiama area, in the Zima area, led by their leader Dofabli and Omo de Bachichire, Omo Dakeseho, Omo Mienu Eteho. Na enam se we mono edi akon edi free the interior and the babe drew hon. Nti omo wa land baby omo conquer more villages. Nti lower disc cove was so many villages. More or less no upper there be ba ko mienu pebi no more because they were only focusing on trading with the white. Nti omo anye farms, omo ankontoko omo anye bibia. And then let me also state that that place no and the English for who say Portuguese for ebesi the Axim Fort St. Anthony 1515 and a for Dutch for ebe pam Portuguese for free 1642 ombe pam 1642 and omba then about 40 years later and the Germans, Brandenburgers, about nearby Princess Town, ebesi Fort Gross Fredericksburg, edisi ho. And the English for no, and then namho as traders, no more would be gold in higher price. No more if you are brought for nature, no more to so you understand, sir, sadly way. 10 cities. No, be balance metal 12 cities. I want the man. In terms of English, for any and so they felt is that the things were going well for them. In terms of fire 40 there, FNC one almost do one with the on the Fort Metal Cross. No, the Fort Metal Cross, no, AC one. For slavery, it worked for them. Now the gold business, no, and a call from. And slave trade so why wouldn't we say 1807 to 1809 na ya bra nti the relevance of call from kakra fort no na mom they couldn't abandon it because na ye two in the tier bi wo ho limestone and local bricks the whole of the coastal area no ni nyina ye disc cove nti ho na ye two netie e de repair all the other forts along the coast. Ntiama disc cove continue to be very relevant.
Wow.
Papa.
Yeah, share Ahanta for ne or relationship or many Europeans here, and that is it's a very long one. There were one or two things be Europeans, and apart from obviously the forts and castles and all of that, there were no more be omujama omo, and I say no more be omusiafi omo. Oh,
omo relationship no there. Eno na ama Ahanta akechiri pa bisi and say, you see, 1838 na omukum Nana Bedubonsu the second, no. And then just say he was actually the second. Abrofna classified this me huni into because omukro omuno almost sign agreement. The famous Buttery Treaty, no. Your friend saying 1656 no. Ne din bi enim Bedubonsu. Nsa ba ko me fa na party Bedubonsu bi enim. Nti me huni entira as late as 1838 Uba Fro Hinibi say on a to imply say Ahanta for no crown banch Ahanta for of 12 something.
Wow.
Inti Omobaho ache na Omu Kumbedu Bunsuno. Omu they bent down Busia and Omu dia Hinie no Edema Butilefo. What you say? And for a very long time na Omu eso misi Omu Akonyano na eso Omu Dwanjane. Efe wonam na ukasa oya Ahantani na dachi for nekum because of Omu governor no ayekun because Omu kum no the following year Omu kum at 1837 or so the following year no Omu kokofa governor be a friend Van Vivier and Omu then by Major General Pau so you could see sana dachi for any abre so utimi de obi a amenimu Major General e then by no mo any abre nti emma obi oya Ahantani bi oya dishie bia obi sanso Ahantani o se onye Ahantani kwa bibi odabi de onye Ahantani nti besi enne Ahantani na baabi o pese o kaso ye infantini o pese o kaso ye nzimani nya o mo fault the way a time bi abrofo no share da ya na yekunkum wo ene ye one thing the second thing no ene takrade habo no a o musi around 1925 23 to 25 no you see west ho no na schools bi eni ho schools ni na wo Cape Coast schools ni na wo Cape Coast the moment o mo de habo ni si ho managers we hear women so anye broni a oye mulatto have cast from Cape Coast ni on the Ahanta people nti ukwa adwuma bi ama Ahanta for ni laborers na mulatto sinfantifo edi won so nti eno so ye ma se infantini ndam Western Region second year ne takrado enya na sase nya ni kurom but oklemu se ho eye ne dia don't say if me infantini me fi second year one ka tro se infantini bi fi second year eye Ahanta for asase na hunters na di won ho no ya subjugate won wa mom ye won ho bibia enye na ukoka hunter language ni so na yeserew nti no so ayema sisia no eyifoe Sankrofo Professor Dolphin the approval say evaluate language spoken at Princess Town and Azim enya hunter language na complete Zima language the department linguistics say in less than 10 years and we a language in Beira. Wow. Because Aira was secondary takrade. Okwa pon wa mfie nkitikiti bi mu na omuka Ahanta agwankwanta ayeka kraka mfante nkwa na yeka disco of kamfante nti minim se omutie me mate se MC no say omo University of Ghana ye bibi e bema yesu Ahanta school compulsory ya church ho books mislamo a somebody ne china mun start no ene ansa e be haye pa nti ne emetumi aka ne se Ahanta European relationship ne de amwa Ahanta for fancies and European relationship na ebo amfantifo ye in terms of education bibia ya de amwa ye imagine say wo ba Western Region schools ankase omusisi no Cape Coast at the southern fancy permanent Augustins Wesley Girls ne Holy Child adana baby amunya musika ni fi no enya secondary takorade any disco no mansisi sa school CB ewo ho enti obibia wo ya Ahantani a wo hu broni anya wunia anya wunia eja ye hu nana bedu bonsu niti we say about 37 military hospital and no should it be returned to the people and as or is it a national no it's sad you see 2009 and Dutch fonica so mu di training ba ya ni enim ho hwe na brofo si twa antropa o mu kan sem bi say o mu di kodru ye no for about 100 years or so no na ayira o mu hwehwe o mu hu ayira ya kan say this looks very well preserved reparations na eso o mu tua no shada ekasa enti mia me wahi me ne one Kwesi Jonah a professor political science department University of Ghana na Professor Mills ma ya church or no because initially in Kaya Ashanti because of the name Bonso. No Ashanti had the famous king. Yes, Bonso. Or say Bonso. Yeah. Near to me quiet or Mutias say Ahanta for Edia. Now programmer ya share ewo say you say the delegation a kokoshe. Say no krana. Delegation a free him. Oh, from Ghana.
Ghana, okay.
Near Kokoshe, near Gunsaye Bibia, near the report to president. Saturday near no cre. Near fixed date, near a whole African funeral. As Suriname when near and Massante form fan to be a walk will be an. Ya near showcase it and near the whole world United Nations and we would dear a brofudi bedi ye. Near who ya say ye me Professor Jonas in chain. District chief executive any him for be a member mobile on this year. Echo Emma yet one more dan kitu ebi mu mo assign no mo age etire naba. Until last 2 weeks here me call Holland. Na me call Ghana ambassador no. Na me bisa ne say ono Ghana government role be no play no etire no. No say record there what say it was not a government delegation that came. It was rather an Ahanta delegation. I'm sure you understand the difference between the two.
Yes.
Their presence was not sanctioned by the government.
Yeah.
To omo buy and then I'm so me Ghana for to ombe no more requested for one officer. Say only wachi na omone Dutch for government won komobidi. Na nipa no kokota as an observer. And omo kwa no hina ye na bibi men setting ose kojotin ose kofitia oye abuade hene ono no sign or the by it was not Ghana government na sign nti Ghana government ni copy of the agreement nti what was is here no omu ni official record bia apart from the fact say officer ne sign say antafo be ye won bibi no megina ho nti babia ekod see ya no nti bidu ho no na me catch ambassador ne say ne me be say me hwe government to me behind me na yes start achia na emuye ne ani abrofo no kwakwotenase ne ntira wo mu di etire no ko 1838 basic 2009 ho ka biara say $1 million for a year kura omun calculating for ya de ma exchange program scholarship for Ahanta children. Yeah. And ye late. No more edi kan kwa yes hard ni omu di yen ewu pa.
Omu di yen amoye pa. E da to me ni nkomo a ye mo Ahanta phobia eni etitru ni eni ntini bi efi Ahanta ma mo betumi abobo 1 or 2 bi atransa na ye.
Before we go there, no, there's something called the Buttre Treaty.
And what can we?
There in person.
In person, okay, fine.
The real Buttre Treaty, no. Was signed or executed in 1756 between the Ahanta chiefs and the Dutch government. Dutch West Indian Company Limited. And the aim no say bema Ahanta abeye Dutch protectorate na abeye se part of Holland bisa omunu omu aba abeye enua. Na that treaty no lasted from 1656 up to 1872 when the Dutch left. So it was far in excess of 200 years until that treaty, the Buttre Treaty, signed between the Ahanta people and the Dutch people, is on record the longest treaty between any African state and an European state. Very historic. From 1856 right down to 1656 right down to 1872. The longest uninterrupted treaty in the history of Africa. Great power. You can't about that.
By this time, I was saying Holland for Ahanta for some special relationship.
But I know there. If Ahanta no actually say, "Yeah, be say 3 years ago." Yeah, no state level. Yeah, inquire. Into omo de buy no. Not just a number state. No, we state in the free montino. State into me, Dutch embassy in fact was who have signed a waji.
What was also Santiphone British for a certain relationship being seen can be shasa Ahanta for so
started bibina enim guasa. Tomo de ba na mo dampo ade no na nanu say somewhere na ye. Sentiment it's a very big insult. Yeah. And then come on the baby cranky. Kofa ne ba no wa beja no ato baby. You can't call baby.
Until the infant here. Since that is out of the way, you share any attitude and anything be a few Ahanta
producing the pancassia baby at the ama or may. you can't say first republic no he representation of the people's act Kwame Nkrumah de Martin because parliament no na hantani ba eka ho friend Mrs. Grace Ayensu also at the moment there's one Dr. Professor Grace or Professor Dr. Ayensu Dankwa MP for second D related to Sahamami ye kanasim Sahamami no so na award the famous Professor Edward Ayensu of the Smithsonian Institute, one of Africa's finest scientists ever. So, in 1935 now, 2023, 2023, something like that. Professor Edward Ayensu, very, very famous scientist. He was once chairman of African Association of Mathematical Scientists.
Wow.
And the Indian Academy of Scientists, not Okamu. Finest.
Okay.
You bet me aka nkumsa. Nkrumah time no your cabinet minister. Now so for so produce another nkumsa crocodile market.
Yes.
Or Babeye managing director. Ewo ho. Mr. Ike Datson. Ono no call competition was a bridge no be the best dressed gentleman from West Africa.
Wow.
Busia Beach. Great. Now talk about Necessar Hannah Kujo, Mrs. Hannah Kujo. Ononso wono ena oye CPP propaganda secretary na sa mami ena your friend say sa mami na nka yenim ade your friend broni wawu adeban na Nkrumah ye campaign koduru not no hu say sabe yenuanum srimfo enhya tare bia ena okwa broche su ko hu se abrofo ntare wo mutugu ena okra broni wawu the first time yeah those days near the map sabi esrim enti esrim for there nanka say by now no government aye monument kase bi wo not Mrs. Hannah Kujo enidi edaso
okay
but no bebre eyin so Ahanta the famous Bob Cole
okay
Bob Cole in your marriage position and a kakeku
okay
ohia ma adwenjuna o mi yankopa of disco
okay
and your friend is saying first concert party real concert party in West Africa travel call baby the Axim Trio the next one here Discovian Jokers if la Ahanta and I say Ahanta ni bi business Kofi Kinata young musician Asante Hines favorite musician Kofi Kinata Ahanta Castro the Destroyer Jedu Ble Ambule the whole world will introduce rap into music Simija
say ya say ya ni semigwa
enti pa chaw anta for producing ni pa ama o mai wuntumi nka Ghana bakwasemo a wunju betumi ya Ahanta film na historically so history nya ba bia na ede ba bia nya den wo ka wie na na mabonta na wo kuntokwa na eye den de no
ba ka hu bi
Ahanta so mo atamfo pa in history ya wasa wasare wo mu kwa edifiti wo several times efa wo mu asase no so bebre mpo ho nyina there was a time na eye Ahantafo asase in fact about even up to Saim nanka Ahantafo there na wasafo jini na
eya mami musa kwa wansa oya Ahanta ni
kwa ansa ya Ahanta free disco
okay
Bisabrewa museum oya Ahanta ni papa one of the finest Pan-Africanists ever when TV Africa drew a kokra yes
okay
and then you see Ahanta ni Dr. Alex Kwesi Saki ni obitre Kwame Nkrumah
okay
ne papa ne fi Winiba na ne maame ya Ahanta ni na Nkrumah egrumu to become president after him
but last what kind of story
in fact you see UN General Assembly my US is small o project Pan-Africanism
fine president so proud see that say you can kire here no ni tirimu ai ni de o ka so no na ye di ni ba be si ade e no yi ni
bu anka Nkrumah de ma
nko nya ye
so ben focus here me yentoa so enti
but
so won say Nkrumah hu ni krom ni o anka obeya na president wo pepre wo ho ma a boy Western for.
I wow.
A boy and twice. One year to Nkrumah.
Yes.
Two one so you had walk to prison after everything.
Wow, she also went young for so. Back up in so meaning Professor Edu needing Ayensu, Professor Edu
Ayensu. Professor Edu
Ayensu. Ono so ye
Ahanta Mikasa Smithsonian Institute in the US.
Okay.
Oh your head.
Oh your head. Lawyer, yeah, me question, me prepare my audio. Ni nyina asa. I mean him say we be be catch Ahanta for answer na ya sorry so a.
Professor Anini no fe. Also say running po MP no.
Aye.
No running
second year MP of second year. Okay. Wow.
Enti nia me metimi aka ene say wo call Ahanta Korea eni ho. Korea be akoye eni ho.
Uka say manso nketenkete wo ho but
that day ni akase empire me bo
sa
ene say Korea beba lower and upper disco vinkonyu anu mienu no entem woti ase ye nyina ntena asase we say ye nyina betoe obia so ni ho a okwa odeko one sa famous Greek conqueror you conquer the whole world no babedru Egypt na ne map reader no ehwe Sahara no eda ho no say yes let's move on no say that is the end of the world no so also no more worlds to conquer no gina ho na ocean conquer wiase nyina ope baabi akonka biema onya bi nkonka no he wept. Huh? Do you know what happened to him when he returned? No kokodru India na fever bi ebinim so say he was poisoned. Attacking no less than the age of 38 or so oda ne mpa so owu no ka kire doctors say owu the finest doctors ni na enkuta adaka ni mu na mo bi ehun say owu ya na adwen so de wo kwa not even the best doctor ever can save you. Then adaka no yentuetue ase no ne yama nensa empiepie to prove to the whole world they say all ba no amfa hwe ama na okonso a onfa bibia enko nti that should tell you say Ahanta asase sehwi zema wasa emfante asante ohini bia betoy ohini bia nso beden ebeja hwako ne mo asomdwe ne ade a se eka ye ho aye if you say Jesus Christo na the title the Son of God no who kind the Sermon on the Mount Matthew chapter 5 no we say blessed are peacemakers they shall be called sons of God which say yes ni status ni to me so ye nyame ba no wo pass me no na wo che ti Ahantafo ntie
da ubenya ho no
ye be Ahanta part 2
ye be ye ni asan akọ ya inzulenzu people want to
inzulenzu part 2 na ye
anzema me ye ni papa so mu hunu sa you know na bakọ sempa
incidentally no omu achiche inzulenzu no omu nuanom ne eyi friend say Shama.
Oh, okay.
The same refugees in it. And omu dwane we mu ba Ahanta land ye settle wo mu. And we mu dwane ya kwanzema no so omu pe wi refugees ye pe ba bi ase. Na nzema he ne se mini asase bia de mam. And omu ye mistake ase onana nsuo so kwa beto say very good nsuo bi netra. Man kwatena so ye bekum mu nyina. So they were forced to develop that ingenuity. See ye besisi adan wo nsuo so. And na abaye world class tourist attraction.
Intina me say emre bi emi na waka.
Ye kanzema.
Ye kanzema de na.
Next time na say ye second takrade history. That's Ahanta part 2.
Ahanta part 2. Enti lawyer nkasa akasa o say next time Nyankopon de nkwache no Ghana oba ye beye Ahanta part 2 na this time no ye be ko second takrade proper na ye hunu wo history ye anope be ka me ho ne emphasize da emu ohwam
wanya de kura nka wuma ye wire afi one of the most famous Ghanaian citizens or here Ahantani Nana Kwabena Nketia first African Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana. Mr. Nana Kwabena Nketia Professor Wotia yenyi one kilim free maka in
Sankofa wonti
esikado mahi
Nana Kwabena Nketia na pay Nana mebomu mazimo ye da sida ubemfu ye da ye refi but ya sana kofa dem not ye da sipi lawyer ya wa not from pong Like I said, you may be done and she or say bonitato, now lawyer to make to an in so you cry. We still have approximately 35 minutes more to go on the Wednesday's edition of the Mass Morning Show. It's what I'm trying to and try home.